Hey, hi, we're here with Shahpour from Sony. We're going to be talking some big new exciting advances in the family of cameras that Sony carries. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited. You've got the baby right in your hands. Let's get right to it. Let's talk about the big bullet point features that make this camera different.
Sure. So the FS7 II, it's built on the success we had from the FS7, followed by FS5, which is two of the most popular cameras for the past couple of years. Obviously at Sony, we always listen to people, take feedback, and implement the changes based on the market needs into our camera. So this is a great example of it. Although we still haven't abandoned the older FS7, we are at version 4 today, so we keep adding more and more capability to those cameras, and we're committed to protect the investment of our customers. But there's always new needs for the market. So one of the most popular things in FS5 was the variable ND filter, which is an amazing technology. So people were asking to implement that in this type of camera. So FS7 II, one of the major additions that it has, it's a variable ND filter. So it's amazing. You can actually use a variable ND filter going from indoor to outdoor or different lighting situation and still get a great creativity based on that. Now, that's one of the changes. The other thing was, we see more and more people are using different type of lenses, like a Super 16 or ENG type lenses, 2/3 inch lenses with these cameras. And usually when you stack up adapters and more larger size lenses, there is a better need for a better type of solid lens mount. So we've changed that again based on lots of feedback that we got from the market. There is a positive lock, two-step release. So instead of twisting the lens, you put the lens in straight and you can lock up so the lens does not accidentally fall, also because of the two-stage lock that we have in there.
It kind of ruins the shoot if the lens falls off.
So it's really great for lots of sports people. They're using these with a PL adapter and 60mm adapter with the larger lenses, and they're looking for something that is more solid, that it can support the weight. So this is basically for those kind of application. It's one of the things that people are asking for, and we implemented in there. There are a couple of other minor ergonomics and different things. For example, we have actually added a no-tool arm extension and a better and easier mechanism for the hood, for the viewfinder, and the mounts. Everything is toolless. Without any tools, you can make adjustments, and it makes it easy, grab and go, a rigless camera for the field that you could use this. There are lots of other minor things, but internally, although very similar to FS7, we added BT 2020 color spacing now, with the HDR being a major thing in the market. This supports the 2020 color space as well. But everything else, FS7 is still an amazing camera. It is going to be in the market in parallel with this camera based on the need of customers, and it's still keep going.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but this really seems to be, with the updates, a camera that's kind of like growing up, as if you will, as you keep adding features into the camera. Do you see more spot work with this camera coming forward, or is it still going to be a bigger picture, a more general end user?
Still, as many as lots of people call this a Swiss Army knife of a camera. It does so many different codec and for so many different projects. I have seen people using from a basic project all the way to big screen, feature films, and things like that. So it's amazing the power of the FS7 and FS7 II and FS5. We see this really going all across different type of markets and application they're using this camera. So it's not really focused on sports per se. Yes, it has a better mount, but also it has still the future that other type of application would.
It has a sports look to it, so you know it's sleek and it's well built. So
now, one other thing that I wanted to mention that it's not here unfortunately because it's still too early, but we also announced back in IBC a new lens that it's going to be packaged with this camera coming February, which would be the 18-110 Servo zoom lens. Again, based on the need of market, that one has a lot less lag and faster response for the zoom. It has direct optical zoom, and I think it's a great combination for this FS series cameras. That's also to come. It's very popular. Unfortunately, it's too early. We didn't have it for this show, but look out for it. Hopefully at CES and some of the other shows, we're going to have the new lens that's packaging with this. I think it's going to be a great combination for a 6x zoom lens, servo zoom lens that you get in those kind of application combo with these cameras.
that's great. Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I'm sure people can go online at your Sony.
Sony.com/professional. We have lots of information there, and we do have some sample videos, some test footage from this camera and other videos. We also have the Sony community. It's always a great resource for people keeping up with the firmware updates. As I mentioned, we keep adding and adding more features to these cameras with the firmware. So look for Sony community website, and we keep you posted with all the upcoming updates.
Thank you so much for coming by.
My pleasure. Thank you.